Good morning, friends and family of friends. Happy Thursday the 14th to everyone, and here we are again, the second most awesome work day of the week. This morning, sunrise will be at 5:33, and sunset will be at 8:10, giving us 14 hours and 37 minutes of glorious daylight, even though we probably won't see much of the sun today. Presently, it's 54 degrees outside, give or take a little bit depending on exactly where you live. Well, I would be considering bringing an umbrella if you are going out and about, as we are expecting thunderstorms to start the day. With only a chance of scattered storms in the afternoon, though, highs should still reach the low 70s. Today, winds will be out of the south at 10 to 15 miles an hour. All right, from our family of friends celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday, Mick Fritz, Walter Fritz, Debbie Durnell Boleski, Butch Simonson, Eddie Munster, Stacy Hofferman, Richard Stein, Lowell Bennett, Robert Stein, and last but not least, happy birthday, Misty Hahn. Our celebrity birthday shout-out starts with a talented young actress who gained fame as Summer Hathaway in School of Rock, and as Carly in iCarly, the latter of which earned her a Young Artist Award for Best Performance in 2009. She released her debut album Sparks Fly in 2010. She also voiced the character of Margot in Despicable Me and played Meg Parker in the Nickelodeon series Drake and Josh. Miranda Cosgrove turns 27 today. Our next celebrity is an accomplished and beautiful actress. She played an acclaimed role in Elizabeth in 1998 and appeared in Lord of the Rings as Galadriel. In 2014, she won the Oscar Award for Best Actress for her performance in Blue Jasmine. In 2017, she appeared as the character Hela in the blockbuster film THOR Ragnarok. Cate Blanchett turns 51 today. And our last honored shout-out is for our legendary creator of an entire universe and many cult classic movies. He is the director and producer who is best known for creating the groundbreaking sci-fi franchise Star Wars. He first received acclaim in 1973 for his coming-of-age film American Graffiti. And he also created the action hero Indiana Jones, most famously portrayed by Harrison Ford in the original 1980s trilogy. They are among my favorite movies as a young man for certain. Harrison Ford was meant to play Indiana Jones and Han Solo. But back to the birthday boy, George Lucas turned 76 today. Alright, moving on to this day in history. On today's date in 1796, an English physician, Edward Jenner, vaccinated an 8-year-old boy for protection against smallpox. After observing that milkmaids were generally immune to smallpox, Jenner postulated that the pus in the blisters that the milkmaids received from cowpox, a disease similar to smallpox but much less virulent, could protect someone from smallpox. He then went on to test and prove his theory. Although others he had previously observed that those who contracted cowpox were immune to smallpox, it was Jenner who proved that the pus from someone with cowpox could provide immunity. It was estimated that at the time 60% of the population acquired smallpox and 20% of the population died of it. It is said that his work had saved more lives than the work of any other human being so far. Pretty amazing. Here's another one of those awesome stories about our baby steps into the final frontier. On today's date in 1973, the U.S. space station Skylab is launched. And a minute after takeoff, a protective shield and a solar panel broke off, damaging the other solar panel in the process. A crew was sent up on the 25th and made repairs successfully. And on today's date in 1992, the world's largest Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton is seized by the FBI from the Black Hills Institute of Geological Research, claiming it had been illegally taken from federal land. Peter Larson's team recovered the nearly complete 67-million-year-old T-Rex skeleton in 1990 in South Dakota. With more than 80% of the skeleton recovered, it was the most complete and largest T-Rex ever discovered. Even though Larson had negotiated a deal with the landowner prior to removing the T-Rex, the investigation led him to being imprisoned for 18 months on unrelated charges of fossil theft, money laundering, and making false statements to government agencies. The owner of the land, who had originally agreed to $5,000 for the skeleton, eventually received $7.6 million from its auction, and it is now on display at the Chicago Field Museum. It was named Sue after its discoverer, Sue Hendrickson, who found it while wandering about after getting a flat tire in her vehicle. Alright, on to our comedy corner. Why did the yogurt go to the art exhibition? Because it was cultured. Today is National Buttermilk Biscuit Day, National Underground American Day. Whether we like it or not, it kind of feels like we're all living underground a little bit right now. National Decency Day, that one should be daily effort. National Caesar Day, and last but certainly not least, National Dance Like a Chicken Day. Yep, chicken dance. Alright, today's morning motivational is a simple, undeniable truth. Sometimes people may not tell you how they feel about you, but they will always show you. Pay attention. You know, this really is quite true, but we would add a suggestion though. Try to always assume positive intent. So many times a suggestion in our day-to-day life is just that, a suggestion. Not a criticism or a complaint to be taken personally. Just an opportunity to build off of. Just a suggestion. Alright, we ran a little bit long on a couple of our earlier stories, so instead of rushing our origins topic, because with our green screen we're limited to 9-minute intervals, we'll do one tomorrow. If you will all indulge me a couple minutes, I would love to take a minute of your time to remember my father, whose birthday was today, when he was born back in 1929. He's been gone quite a while now, almost 2/3 of my life. He passed away back in 1987. It's funny because sometimes I forget what I'm running down to the basement for by the time I get there, but somehow I can still clearly remember his voice. He had an amazing singing voice and pretty stern voice. If he gave you an order, you didn't say no. I was blessed to have two awesome parents and thankful that Mama's still here. Dad was very musically talented. He had an amazing deep tenor voice, and he was literally the background to our entire church choir back in the day. You know, and I never knew what instrument he might be playing at any given day when I would get home. It could be the harmonica, the accordion, the banjo, mandolin, or he'd just be singing. And like I said, it's just an amazing voice. He'd also started doodling with wood carving and got better and better until he was quite good at it. He made a number of different items. This is a plaque right here, and he'd made 6 of these. There was one over each window in our dining room. And they were all different scenes from The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. This one is Smaug, the dragon. Dad carved this wooden dice box because we played Dungeons and Dragons back in the day as a kid and the kids. And on the bottom it says 1986 Merry Christmas. He did one for my brother Brett. It's another Dungeons and Dragons scene. And my oldest brother George, he has carved a box for him, and it was the plane that he was on in the Navy. Dad started this wooden sculpture of this dragon before he had passed away, and so it's kind of cool actually this way. You know, it's a little twist in fate here too. Dad had found these little pieces of wood. He'd go out and search for something that looked like faces, and then he'd create a little story and accent them a little bit to make it look a little bit more like a face. Well, the little twist here is that this was Belinda's father was doing the same thing about the same time. I mean, and what a small world, because, you know, I didn't know Belinda back then. But Dad inspired me in a lot of ways back then, and he still does today. So thanks for taking the time to listen to my story and keeping dear old Dad's memory alive. We do appreciate the time that you spend with us each and every day. Our goal is to offer a mix of entertainment and education in each one of our Morning Minute posts. After all, knowledge is power, and we do love to share what we come across. We hope you are enjoying the experience. Please continue to like, follow, and share us with your friends and family, and make it an awesome day. Remember, you have the power, and we'll talk to you soon. We're out of here.